We'll get started. Bonjour, my name is Akhilesh. I'm from Zoho. I manage developer relations for Zoho. And today I'll be talking about Zoho Flow and how you can connect your applications and automate your workflows with Zoho Flow. So before we get into the session, so this is the agenda that we'll be following. I'll be talking about Zoho as a company, who we are, what we do, a quick overview of Zoho Flow, what is the need for an integration to what Zoho Flow pitches in. And we'll have a hands-on demo, and all this without coding. So we'll do the demo together. And finally, a few customer success stories, wherein how customers avail our services. So can I get a show of hands? How many of you have heard about Zoho? Oh, that's great. So we are a technology company from India. So we had our humble origins back in 1996. And right now we are a cloud business company with over 55 plus applications. And we serve customers in over 150 plus countries. And the say goes, Zoho runs on Zoho. So whatever we offer our customers, we use the same products within our system. So for example, if Zoho Flow is the product I'm talking about today, Zoho runs on Zoho Flow for integration and every other microservices. And from a parent company perspective, we have four different divisions broadly. One is a network management division, one is a cloud business division. We have a workflow orchestration called Control, and we have a e-learning platform called Trainer Central. And this is how the tile looks. We started in 2005 with just two products, namely Writer and CRM. So CRM is our customer relationship management product, and Writer is basically the document editing software. Fast forward 2023, we have 55 plus applications from the Zoho suite. So in a nutshell, this is the vertical-based structuring of the different applications. So we have sales and marketing, we have email and collaboration, we have IT, we have human resources. So the question arises, do these apps interact with each other seamlessly? So what is the need for an integration? So most businesses use point products that cater to not only their customers, but also within their organizations. And a CIO Dive a survey recently said around a small organization uses 40 to 60 applications. And a larger organization uses in excess of 150 plus applications. So in an ideal world, you want all those applications to interact with each other seamlessly and give a dynamically updated overview of your organization at every point. But reality is far from that. And that's when organizations try to fix that. And one is through manual update. So at every point, you need human intervention to update each system in your organization. So this is very limited because it requires a lot of human effort, and it is bound to have errors. And it's not scalable because if you have 50 different functions, or if you have 50 different systems, it's not viable for a person or multiple persons to manually update it. The second is to use native integrations. So this is, of course, effective, but it is not customizable. It limits your capability when it comes to integration. The next is building custom integrations. So in this case, you have to build the middleware, the API. The drawback is you'll need professional developers to build, scale, and maintain your integrations at every stage. So all these methods are effective in some or the other way, but it doesn't exactly solve the integration problem. So that's where a platform like Zoho Flow comes into picture. So Zoho Flow is essentially Zoho's answer to the application integration problem. So it's one-stop shop for all your integrations. So this is a question that we asked ourselves and our customers. Are your business functions integrated? So back in the day, the answer to this question eventually led to the release of Zoho Flow. So Zoho Flow comes with a very easy easy to use drag and drop interface, as with other Zoho products like Zoho Creator, which is our low-code application development platform. And not only does it come with an intuitive UI, but also it comes with powerful logical components like you have decision branches, time delays, schedules, webhooks, and custom functions. I'll get into each of these in detail. And it comes with an array of 700 plus pre-built applications. So it's basically just click and configure. And in most cases, it's directly a pop-up that pops up, and you can authorize it then and there. In case it requires a key, it's pretty straightforward. You just have to copy-paste. And we also have a gallery of over 1,000 plus pre-built workflows. It's basically a plug-and-play configuration where you can download you can use the workflow, you can customize it. It's all there. It makes the app builder's job way easier. And easy debugging. So when you are managing multiple applications, workflows over multiple applications, it's not literally possible to understand where a particular workflow stalled or where the error is. So that's where task history comes in handy. So you can see where a workflow stopped, whether it was an input problem, whether it was an output problem, whether it's a problem with a connection. You can reconfigure it, edit it. So it's all in one place. And it's your go-to place for fixing a problem. So in the whole, Zoho Flow is not only the one place for all your integrations, but it's also a place for you to scale your integrations. So let's see how Zoho Flow works. So Zoho Flow works on the concept of trigger and action. So trigger is an event that leads to that sets a flow in progress. And actions are the workflows that are executed as a consequence of the trigger. And the logical components decide which path or which route the workflow takes place. So I'll give you a quick product walkthrough to see how the product looks like. So when you get into Zoho Flow, this is the screen that you land upon. So dashboard here is your single overview of your organization. You can see flow overview of the total number of flows that you've executed, the date range of how many flows per day that have been executed, the recent executions, and the top 5 flows that you use in your organization. So it's pretty much a straightforward dashboard. Also, you have Explore Gallery. So this is where your pre-built templates on the right, and you have the 700 plus applications that are readily available for you to use. So for example, if you want Slack, so you see Slack, and on the side, you see all the pre-built workflows that are available for Slack. And this is applicable to almost any other product on the connection list. So for example, Gmail will have its share of workflows associated with. And in here, you have the organizations that you are a part of. So you can be a part of multiple organizations to manage different workflows, different use cases. And here, you can see the profile, wherein it just gives you a task usage. So task is a single successful execution of a workflow is called a task. So based on the plan on which you're in, you can see the task usage of your account. I'll come back to my flows. So before that, we'll go to settings. In settings, first we have the organization profile, where you can change the name of the organization, the time zone you're in, and the date format. History is the task history that I talked about. So this lets you see, for example, you can see a workflow that was completed, a workflow that was failed, and on clicking, it failed while fetching the lead. So you can see at what point the flow stalled. And you have an option to export the task history. So if you want it on a different system, you have that capability as well. Connections are very important when it comes to Zoho Flow. So connection is essentially an app account uh, with which Zoho Flow has permission to exchange data with. So I'll give you an example. If you have, say, a G Suite account, so one G Suite account is one connection. So if you have multiple G Suite accounts, so each one is a different connection on Zoho Flow. So it's basically a pathway between applications with which you can exchange data. So you can imagine Zoho Flow as so if you have different cities as applications, Zoho Flow is essentially your highways with the trucks to transport goods, which is data here. Agents is a new feature that will be launched day after tomorrow. It's our on-prem capability on Zoho Flow. So we allow, so right now it was all on the cloud. So in case your application is on your server, we let you execute workflows on the web through our on-prem agent. You just have to install the agent, and you can connect it through the firewall will come in picture. And members, so essentially we have a user and an admin and an owner. So the person creating the account is the owner. So admin and owner will have a lot of functions within the Flow platform, but a user will be restricted to pretty much create, edit, and delete a workflow. We have audit trail. So this is very important when it comes to privacy and security. So this gives you an overview of your organization's the changes made in the application by your organization. So for audit purposes and security reasons, this comes with an export feature. So when testing for compliance, you need an audit trail. Support access is when you need the support agents from Zoho to take a look at your application and solve any problem. So for a fixed or a particular amount of time, you can grant access to our support agents who can collaborate over your applications and fix the problems for you. And once it's done, you're free to decheck the column here, and the person will not have access to it. And finally, we have custom functions. So this function is not a no-code function, but rather a low-code function. So for example, say if it's a function that you need that's not already provided in the platform, that's when custom functions come into picture. I can give you an example. If suppose a flow is triggered based on a date in an invoice, and the date format doesn't necessarily work with your organization, this is how you create a date. So again, this is our own scripting language. So it's all drag and drop. You're free to drag and drop any element. And it's on the low-code side. It gives you added functionality over a connection. So coming back to my flows. So you see a team folder, which is, again, a folder is a group of flows. And these are the different flows that are available. So for example, I'll just go ahead and click the creator to CRM execution. So on clicking the flow, you first see the dashboard of the different applications that are already in the flow. You see the all the metrics associated, and the connections are the accounts. So for example, you have the CRM, which is Zoho's customer relationship management. The bottom one is the Click, which is our team collaboration software. And then you have Creator, which is our flagship low-code, no-code platform. So this is the summary tab. So on the history tab, you can see the amount of executions that have happened for that particular flow. And then there is the builder. So builder is, so this is how Zoho Flow looks. So the trigger for this flow is when a record is created on Zoho Creator. And for every different stage, we have logical elements coming into picture. So this is how, and you can test and debug using the arrow on the right. I hope it's visible. I think so. And Right. So I'll explain this with a demo. So we'll be taking the use case which involves 4 different Zoho applications. So we have Zoho Creator, which is our low-code application, and we have CRM. We have Zoho Click, it's a team collaboration with multiple channels, and we have Zoho Mail for sending emails. So the use case is when a person requests a demo in the low-code application, we pull in Zoho CRM to check if the person is already registered with us. And if the person is not registered with us, we send the lead to the sales channel, and as well as mention it to the sales team. But if the person is already an existing customer, we send the person to the account management team and the notification that goes along. So we'll take a look at how it works. So this is Zoho Creator. This is our low-code application development platform. So we have a form called Book a Demo. So this is the form that will act as the point of trigger in the flow. We have our CRM in place, and this is Zoho Click, which can be used for team collaboration. So for convenience, all of them are registered with Bella, our user, and we'll go ahead and create a workflow. So for creating a flow, we go to, we see an option called create on the top right. So we can create. So the flow name can be demo to sales. You can select the folder, which is, in this case, home. You can give a description on the flow that's executed also. So going ahead and creating. So in Zoho Flow, at the moment, we have 3 different type of triggers. So what we're going to use is the application trigger or the app trigger. So based on an event in an application, you set off a workflow. We also have scheduled workflows, which happens in particular intervals. And we have webhooks, which are necessarily, we can have triggers for data manipulation that happens in a third-party website. And we have 3 more triggers that are coming up and will be released in the next 2 days. I will be touching upon that. So we'll continue building the app with the app trigger. So our trigger here is Zoho Creator. So we go ahead and select Creator. So when you click Creator, you see 2 options, record created and record updated. So you can see a tag called real time. It can either be real time or it can be a polling trigger. So real time trigger, whenever a record is added in Creator, that gets pushed into Zoho Flow for our workflow to process. If it's a polling trigger, which is very common with third-party connections, it happens in certain intervals. Polling trigger, and it based on the plan you're on, it happens every 5 minutes, or it can happen every 15 minutes. So we want a flow, the trigger to be set up when a record is created in Zoho Creator. So I go ahead. Variable name is, it can be anything. It can be anything that's, that you want, as with the generic definition of a variable. So we have to select the application. So here we're going to select the request for a new ticket. And we have to select, because we have only one application in the creator account. And we have to choose a form. So we'll go with the book a demo form. So as you can see, you have 2. So one is a request form, one is a book a demo. So which is why we went for the book a demo form. So this is the start of the flow. So I start off. Hello. Yeah. So we start off with Zoho CRM because we want to fetch a lead and check if the lead is there as per our use case. So we request a demo. So the next step in the process is to check if the person is a lead. So you can see app and logic. So apps are the different applications that are available in your Zoho Flow platform. And logic comes with a set of controls which let the flow take different paths. So for example, you can have variables. Variables are literally uh, a location for you to hold data. So for example, if you want to hold the value at one stage and use it at a later stage, then you can use variables. Decisions and delays are self-explanatory, and notification, you have the option to send emails. So we go ahead and select CRM. So we create data entry. Yeah, we fetch a lead and drag and drop. So we use Bella CRM, which is our account. And the primary checking point for the lead is email. So we keep the cursor on the email and select the email field from Zoho Creator, from which you have to select. So the email is uh, fed into the system, and we go ahead and press done. So we fetch the lead. Now what we have to do is to check if the lead is an existing one. So we go and select our decision branch. So when you click, you have option to place it anywhere, and the system auto detects it. So you drop it here, and we check if the lead is a valid one. So we check for lead ID. Lead ID is null. So this means the lead is not there in our system. So we go ahead and create, and lead not found. And we'll have one more use case wherein it will be lead is found. So lead found. So we check if the lead is found or lead is not found. So what if the lead is found? If the lead is found, we send a notification to the account management team. So we select send an email. So when the lead is found, we send an email. So for now, we use we'll use an account that's associated with us called Frank, and in the subject line, your customer, and we can pull the data, the name of the company. Everything is dynamically available on the right side of the screen. So you have the company name, you have the first name, and you can put has requested for a demo. And the information, company name, first name, and phone number. So we send a mail, and a notification has to be sent to the team collaboration channel. So we select click, and we select message as a bot on the channel. We select the message is we select the company name, has requested for a demo. And we have to select the channel on click, which will be the account management channel. And a pre-configured bot, which is very much relevant to the other application, which is Zoho Click. So we have bots there. So we select discovery call, and we press done. And if the lead is found, yeah, if the lead is not null, yeah. So if the lead is not found, we send the same to the sales management channel. So we replicate the same. So we send an email. We select the person, Frank. Subject is a prospect with the said company name has requested for a demo. So you can see we haven't used any coding constructs here. It has always been the drag and drop, and we have the dynamically updated data points at every stage. And we can give the different information that are tagged, the company name, the first name. Done. So, and similar message as a bot on the channel. So in this case, we select the connection. We select the message wherein company name has requested for a demo. We select the channel. In this case, we go for the sales channel and the bot again. Right. And in this case, if the flow is triggered, we also want the person to be added into our CRM. So we go ahead and select CRM. And create or update a lead. So basically, if the person is not in the system, we again add. So we select the CRM. The company name and the last name are mandatory fields, and it changes from CRM to CRM. So in this case, the company name is in the form. In the last name we have, and there is also option to select the lead source. Say if it's an advertisement, you have the different options to add onto the module. Right. So we have done, and yeah. So we have set up the Zoho Flow, the flow on the application. So we now go to Zoho Creator. So for creating a form, we select, we have to put a name. I'll use John Doe. john@doe.com. The company can be Doe Corp. And appointment date can be the 11th. And I submit the form. So this is the CRM. And if you check the lead, yeah. Uh, Flow. Demo to sales. So here we have to turn on the flow. So by default, it's turned off. So you have to turn it on. And from that moment, it starts. So if you refresh your CRM, you can see John Doe, the entry we have made, because it was not previously available. Once we created the account on Creator, since it was not available in our system, it was created on the CRM. And if you look at the click, there is a sales channel information, say a demo request. And if you look at the bookings form, you can see all the information there. So all this was done without any coding. So you have dynamic data, you have drag and drop elements, you have the different applications. There is no API configuration anywhere. So for configuring different accounts, you have pop-up windows, and you can pretty much have your credentials in there and connect directly. So so that's how Zoho Flow works. And so what's next for Zoho Flow? So we have the email trigger coming up. So email trigger is basically on configuring a formatted email. You can execute workflows in different applications based on a particular type of email that's received. For example, if it's an invoice email that's coming up, then based on that email, you can pull data from that email and set a workflow in process. So it's pretty straightforward. In over the 3 different triggers that was already present in Zoho Flow, you have email trigger is the next update that's going to come up. It's an Uber ride receipt automation. So we have email, URL, and RSS feed. So the template has to be chosen first, and as a first step process, you will have to send a mail to Zoho Flow just to configure the email for which the trigger has to be set up. So all these data details, let's say the trip, the charges, base fare, all these variables are auto-detected by the platform. The next is URL trigger. So URL trigger works for 2 different purposes. One, it works for private APIs or applications that does not interact with Zoho Flow. So that's where you use a URL trigger. So for applications that do not have API touchpoints, this is how you can configure with Zoho Flow. You'll have to select the URL in which the application is mentioned. So you see response data. Response data is when you go to the task history of say a flow, you see the input, the output. So none of this is hard-coded there. The next is RSS or Atom feed. So based on, say, if you want to trigger a workflow based on what you receive on your RSS feed, even from a particular author or a news update, you can set up a trigger based on that on your Zoho Flow platform. So these are the 3 major trigger flows that are released, that will be released in the next 2 days. And the big one is the on-prem integration. So this lets applications on your server to interact with the cloud platform. And and that can be done by installing the Zoho Flow agent on your system. So this is how the diagram works. So all the data, if you want your data to be on your server, we allow that, and we'll allow the facility for you to integrate with your cloud applications as well. So command and script execution is one of the byproducts of on-prem integration. So this lets you execute Python and Bash script if needed to trigger workflows and to create APIs for for applications that do not have APIs. So also we are coming with Zoho Flow Mobile. So you can see everything on the mobile except the fact that you can create a flow. That's always on the web. But you can manage the flow. You can see the updates. You can see how many flows happened, where it went wrong. So everything can be done on the mobile app except building the flow itself. And so Toto is a customer of ours from Thailand. So he uses Zoho Suite extensively with different applications. And Zoho Flow is one, he was somebody who used a lot of manual data update by himself. And that's how he got onto Zoho Flow, and then it changed his business. And also Ben is the CTO of Yellow. So Ben had basically a Google shop with a lot of Google products. And right now with Zoho Flow, he integrates it with all the products. And he was somebody who was using Zapier at one point. And right now, all his integrations happen on Zoho Flow. So that's all. If you need any more information, if you need to see how the product works, we are available at S11 booth. And please do drop by. And we have a session tomorrow at 12:15. It will be on Zoho Creator, which is our flagship umbrella low-code, no-code application development platform that comes with integrations which are powered by Zoho Flow. So Zoho Flow is essentially a part of the Zoho Creator platform, which comes with analytics, which comes with application building, and which comes with integrations. So that's all from my end. If you have any questions, please feel free. Yeah.
Zapier and Make, another automation flow.
Right. So with Flow, Zoho interacts with Zoho. So one is definitely the task usage. So the plan is based on the number of executions of a task. So in the new plan, it's based on usage, and it's not necessarily based on how many users are there in the platform. So that's one, and one is the pre-built connections and the workflows that come with Zoho Flow. And right now with the new integrations, we have the facility for a lot of triggers, which I don't think Zapier has. And that's one reason why Ben moved out of Zapier for Yellow. So he found it hard to interact with his own applications with the help of Zapier. So that's one way.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, thank you. Zoho have a test environment, a quality environment, or development environment?
Perfect timing. So we have a product called Zoho Q Engine. So Q Engine is our cloud automation testing platform. So like I said, Zoho runs on Zoho. So we have been using Q Engine for our internal testing purposes. So for example, for Zoho development of Zoho Flow from the backend, we use Zoho Q Engine, and we are ready. We'll be releasing it in another 2 months. It'll be going out, and all our developer products, no code, low code, and pro code, will have the functionality of an automation testing. So Q Engine also comes with a lot of no-code features, wherein you have the record facility to check the test case, and you have test cases and test modules. That comes with a low-code approach as well, but eventually, for a larger testing purpose, you'll need the hard coding as well. So it comes
you.
with a complete package. The information is already available. You can search for Zoho Q engine, and we are closing release. We have released the beta version, so it will be out in a few months' time. Okay, thank you. And for anyone interested, we are also a sponsor for the No Coders games. That will happen tomorrow from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. in the arena. We have a select use case on the Zoho Creator platform. So the tech stack will be Creator. We'll give a use case that can be executed within 2 hours. Build the best product you can. And we have some amazing gifts for the top 3. We have some great goodies waiting for you. So if you are interested, do drop in for the No Coders games from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. tomorrow. And so these are the details of the email. With that, that's all from my end. Thank you so much.